Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode. Today, we are diving into a topic that is both challenging and crucial to understand: sexual experiences with a narcissist. If you've ever been involved with a narcissist, you know that these encounters can leave you feeling as though you've been through a psychological and emotional storm. It's not an exaggeration to say that sleeping with a narcissist can feel like sleeping with the devil himself. Why is it so painful? A narcissist's sexual behavior can leave you questioning your attractiveness and self-worth, making you feel like an object rather than a partner. They rarely provide closure, turning every interaction into something centered around their needs and desires. This lack of emotional reciprocity and the bizarre sexual habits they exhibit can leave you feeling confused and devalued. In today's episode, we will explore 5 weird sexual habits and behaviors commonly exhibited by narcissists. By understanding these behaviors, you can better recognize and protect yourself from the emotional turmoil they can cause. But before we begin, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Your subscription helps us spread awareness about narcissistic abuse, enabling more people to recognize and navigate these challenging relationships. So, if you're ready to uncover these unsettling behaviors and gain insights into the mind of a narcissist, let's dive in. Habit number 1: approach avoidance. Approach avoidance is a common tactic employed by narcissistic individuals to exert control over their partners, particularly in intimate relationships. This behavior is characterized by a consistent refusal to engage in sexual activity when initiated by the partner, while simultaneously demanding compliance when they desire it. This dynamic creates a power imbalance, reinforcing the narcissist's dominance and control. When you approach a narcissistic partner to initiate sex, you will invariably be met with rejection. This refusal is not necessarily about a lack of desire, but rather a means to assert dominance. The narcissist must have things on their terms, and yielding to your advances would undermine their need for control. By denying you, they maintain their power over the relationship. Conversely, when the narcissist wants sex, they expect immediate compliance, regardless of your circumstances or feelings. Your needs, whether emotional or physical, are irrelevant to them. For instance, you might be recovering from surgery with fresh wounds and in need of rest. Despite your condition, a narcissistic partner demands sex, showing a complete lack of empathy. If you refuse, they may resort to threats of infidelity, leveraging fear to ensure your submission. This tactic underscores their belief that their needs are paramount and that you exist solely to fulfill them. The constant rejection you face when initiating sex can lead to profound emotional distress. Repeatedly hearing no fosters feelings of worthlessness and inadequacy. You may begin to question your attractiveness, thinking there is something fundamentally wrong with your appearance, body, or even your scent. These thoughts are natural reactions to being undesired by your partner. In an effort to fix what you perceive as faults, you might go to great lengths, losing weight, gaining weight, changing your style or personal hygiene. Despite these efforts, the situation often remains unchanged, as the issue lies not with you, but with the narcissistic need for control. The emotional toll of this constant rejection can erode your self-esteem and self-worth, making it even harder to break free from the toxic dynamics of the relationship. Understanding approach. Avoidance is crucial for recognizing the manipulative patterns in a narcissistic relationship. By identifying this behavior, you can take steps to protect your emotional well-being and seek support to address the underlying issues in the relationship. Habit number 2: they want to have sex immediately, after an intense fight or an argument. Narcissistic individuals often seek sexual intimacy immediately following an intense fight or argument. This behavior stems from their desire to derive pleasure from your pain and to re-establish control. Your distress and vulnerability during these moments are arousing to them, and they use sex as a means to assert dominance and patch up the relationship on their terms. When you are emotionally distressed and struggling after an argument, a narcissistic partner will often initiate sex without addressing the underlying issues or their abusive behaviors. They expect you to comply, disregarding your feelings and the trauma they have caused. By engaging in sex in such a volatile state, the narcissist feels powerful, as if they have won you over when you are at your lowest. This reinforces their sense of superiority and control. Another reason for this behavior is their need to reassert control after a conflict. During an argument, they may feel a loss of power and fear losing you, especially if you are their primary source of narcissistic supply. To re-establish their dominance and regain control, they seek to rekindle love through sex. However, this is purely objectification. There is no genuine intimacy or emotional connection. The act is mechanical, serving only to fulfill their need for dominance. This pattern of sexual intimacy following conflict can lead to the formation of a sexual trauma bond. The cycle of intense emotional lows followed by physical highs creates a biochemical roller coaster in your brain. Stress hormones like cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline are released during the fight, followed by a flood of dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins during and after sex. This hormonal cocktail creates a powerful and confusing bond, making you feel connected to the narcissist and providing temporary relief from the constant panic and anxiety. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for breaking free from the cycle of abuse. Recognizing that the intense emotional highs and lows are a manipulation tactic can help you seek healthier ways to address conflict and rebuild your self-worth. Weird sexual habit number 3: controlling sexual positions. In relationships with narcissists, controlling sexual positions is a common tactic used to assert dominance and reduce their partner to an object of control. This behavior goes beyond simple preferences or experimentation. It is about establishing and maintaining power during intimate moments. Narcissists often prefer positions that physically immobilize their partners, turning them into passive participants. They may choose positions where they are on top, ensuring you are underneath and unable to move freely. Your legs and arms may be locked, preventing any active participation. This isn't about shared pleasure or mutual satisfaction. It is about them doing things to your body rather than engaging with you as a person. If you try to participate or express yourself, they will quickly shut you down, saying things like, "No, I don't like that. Stop it." Your feelings and desires are dismissed because, to the narcissist, sex is not about intimacy or connection. It is a tool for control and domination. They want to use you as an object to fulfill their needs and to reinforce their sense of superiority. For the narcissist, sex is a way to bolster their false self-image. During these moments, they are not making love to you, they are gratifying their own egos. They see themselves as superior, believing they are exceptional in their sexual prowess. Their internal dialogue is one of self-congratulation. "See how good I am. See how they are falling for it. This is my specialty." This mindset is particularly prevalent in somatic narcissists, who derive their narcissistic supply from their bodies and physical appearance. Understanding this behavior is essential for recognizing the manipulative patterns in a narcissistic relationship. By identifying these control tactics, you can better protect your emotional and physical well-being and seek healthier, more respectful forms of intimacy. Recognizing and addressing these behaviors can help you break free from the cycle of abuse and reclaim your autonomy in the relationship. Weird habit number 4: excessive use of pornography. Excessive use of pornography by narcissistic individuals goes beyond personal preferences and enters the realm of emotional neglect and objectification. This behavior is not about the general debate on the morality or acceptability of porn. Instead, it focuses on how a narcissist's reliance on pornography can impact their partner and the relationship dynamic. In a narcissistic relationship, the partner often becomes an object rather than a person with needs and emotions. A narcissist may prefer watching porn over engaging with their partner, choosing artificial gratification over real emotional connection. This behavior is done non-consensually, with little regard for their partner's feelings or preferences. The narcissist's choice to engage with screens and strangers rather than their partner sends a clear message. They prioritize their fantasy world over genuine intimacy. This preference for artificial over real is rooted in the narcissist's inability to connect authentically. Emotional vulnerability is seen as a weakness they cannot afford. To be present and engaged with their partner would require them to be true and vulnerable, which threatens their sense of control and superiority. Therefore, they retreat into the safety of their fantasies, where they do not have to confront their own emotional inadequacies. The narcissist may deflect responsibility for their behavior by belittling their partner. They might make you feel inadequate by criticizing your appearance, your sexual performance, or your desirability. Statements like, "You're not attractive enough," or "You're doing it wrong," serve to shift the blame away from their inability to connect. The truth is, the narcissist's excessive use of pornography is not a reflection of your worth or attractiveness, but rather an indication of their own emotional emptiness and incapacity for genuine connection. Understanding this behavior is crucial for recognizing the manipulative patterns in a narcissistic relationship. By identifying these tactics, you can better protect your emotional well-being and seek healthier, more respectful forms of intimacy. Recognizing the underlying issues in your partner's behavior can help you avoid internalizing their criticism and instead focus on your own emotional health and self-worth. Addressing these behaviors and seeking support can help you break free from the cycle of abuse and reclaim your sense of self in the relationship. Habit number 5, and the most destructive one: lack of intimacy or treating your body like a toy. The most destructive habit in a relationship with a narcissist is the lack of genuine intimacy, coupled with the treatment of your body as an object rather than a partner. This behavior is particularly insidious because it often follows an initial period of intense intimacy designed to draw you in and make you feel uniquely connected to the narcissist. In the beginning, narcissists can be incredibly intimate, making you feel as though you share a profound and unmatched sexual connection. This initial intensity is part of their strategy to make you fall for their facade. They have mastered the art of seduction and know how to make you feel special and desired. However, this adoration is temporary and strategic. Once they have secured your affection and dependency, they begin to devalue you, withholding the intimacy you crave. The withdrawal of intimacy is a calculated move. By suddenly becoming distant and withholding sex, the narcissist creates self-doubt and insecurity in you. You start to question your attractiveness and worth, wondering what you did wrong to cause this change. This emotional starvation is part of a larger strategy to maintain control over you. The more you crave their approval and intimacy, the more power they hold. Some narcissists go to the extreme of avoiding any form of genuine intimacy altogether. They may refuse to kiss or engage in any activity that feels emotionally connecting. Kissing, in particular, can be off-limits because it requires a level of vulnerability and emotional engagement that they are unwilling or unable to provide. The act of kissing may trigger emotions they are determined to suppress, making them feel weak or exposed. On the other end of the spectrum, somatic narcissists use intense sexual chemistry as a tool for manipulation. The sexual encounters they create can be physically intense, but devoid of emotional connection. This intensity can create cognitive dissonance, making you believe that the physical passion signifies a deeper emotional bond. However, this is merely a tactic to keep you entangled, making you overlook the lack of true intimacy. Understanding this behavior is crucial for recognizing the manipulative patterns in a narcissistic relationship. The initial intimacy and subsequent withdrawal are part of a deliberate strategy to maintain control and keep you dependent. By identifying these tactics, you can better protect your emotional well-being and seek healthier, more respectful forms of intimacy. Recognizing and addressing these behaviors is essential for breaking free from the cycle of abuse and reclaiming your sense of self in the relationship. Seeking support and understanding the dynamics at play can help you rebuild your self-worth and move towards healthier relationships.